Hello everybody and welcome to another episode here on FIFA 22 with the Austin FC Manager Career Mode, and this is Rooted in Austin. Welcome back, and we'll quick, of course, root here in Rooted in Austin. We talk about a lot of the things not really seen on the field, more of the front office stuff. And of course, right now we're part of the transfer deadline here. We're in the August summer transfer window, and of course trying to see if we can make any changes to our squad. And I think for the most part here, I think I'm pretty confident with our squad that we have right now. If we have to bring in somebody here, is probably for the sake of just trying to improve a position here, but I think we're going to be more if anything, we'll probably be more sellers than we are buyers. As you take a look at some of the numbers here, we're just kind of look at some of the guys here and all the competition they were involved in. That is, of course, the U.S. Open and, of course, the MLS. And, of course, right now the guy that's really been playing very well for us, actually a couple guys actually been playing really well for us, but the main guy is Ryan Hardy, which we'll see his numbers here in a bit. But Rodney Reds is one of those players as well, has been playing very well for us. Martos there playing very well. Stover has not got many clean sheets. He's only got 2 so far, but for the most part here, he's been playing excellent. We actually got a couple of offers for him for this transfer window here, and I think for the most part here, I can't remember if we actually show them here in the video here today, but we do turn some of those down because I feel like we just right now we just don't have a really good decent goalkeeper to help us out for the second half of the season. Dominguez, another player here as well. I think we've got a couple offers for him as well, and right now I kind of turned down some of those offers for him. I feel like we can really do something special with him and continue the road that he's been on here. I think here, well, actually, I would say there's a battle between him and Fuegas there for that left mid position there, and I've been kind of going back and forth between the two of them, and you'll see that here in the next couple of episodes here that we've been kind of going back and forth between the two in certain games because I feel like there's a good battle there, and we got to make a decision on who we want to play there in that particular position, or that position for the most part here. Of course, Daniel's been playing very well for us, so you see his numbers, and of course Ryan Hardy, who's been just playing just bonkers here ever since we got him in the last transfer window. He has been playing that striker position top notch, and he has definitely shown why he was such a great choice for us, picking him up there from the Scottish Premier League. But yeah, there you see, 40 goals in total, 18 assists, and he's been involved in 2 clean sheets this season. He's just been top notch, just really just right there when we need him, and playing very, very well. And of course, competition it's been getting tougher to score with him. Obviously, because he is the leading scorer right now in the MLS. But yeah, it's becoming a lot tougher here, and of course that means we might have to change it up with Oliver. Might have to get Oliver involved in scoring, and not really rely on Hardy. But Hardy, I mean, what can you say? I mean, he's right there when we need him. He's always calling for the ball. He's there, and when he does call for the ball, he's scoring. Diego Fuegas, that's what I mentioned earlier, and of course the guy that I'm so glad he's starting to come back, and he's starting to get his the success he had in season 1 of this series. That is Dressler. There you see his numbers in the competition he's been in so far. 11 goals so far this season in total competition. 14 appearances with 3 goals or 3 assists there and 1 clean sheet. He is starting to slowly come back as that that attacking cam, that center attacking cam midfielder, and doing a great job there. And of course Baker right behind him, only with 1 goal here so far. But him and Wanders are really starting to play really well, even though they're not scoring a lot of goals. But it's just their presence and what they're ready for, the way they are attacking the net and the way they're going. They're playing their really good offense there on the offensive third. I think they're ready. I think they're ready to shine and really take over. So don't be surprised if you start seeing them play more often in the second half, especially once I think with Wander, especially he has some pretty nice games there in the U.S. Open as well. So he might be our guy that might be him, and Baker might be our guys that will play in this U.S. Open Cup to kind of take pressure off of Dressler, so Dressler can kind of just focus on the games that really do matter, which are MLS games. So a lot of the league games there. But yeah, those two have been doing great. Wanders has been doing great. He's been scoring. He's had 7 complete goals here this season. But really, it's just a simple presence on the field here. I feel like they know what they're doing, and they're ready to go, ready to play, especially such at a young age. They're just doing great. I really appreciate them doing that. Sandoval, the back there, he's been a couple of appearances as well, playing very well for us. Was playing very well for us before we sent him off to Toronto. And of course, there you see, we'll get him back next season. I think next after this, he'll be back here in the start of the next season. But Toronto right now working with him, and it seems like he's doing pretty well. And we'll probably see him somewhere between now and the end of the season when it comes to any competition against Toronto. I think we do have a game with Toronto here soon. Then you see Oliver. Of course, he's great. He's been playing very well for us, coming off the bench from time to time in that striker position, as well as playing in a couple cup games as well. So he's been doing really well, and getting a lot of help from Ryan Hardy to be that guy in case Ryan Hardy happens to for whatever reason can't play, or and it just kind of be that next guy in line to take over that striker position. And then you see some of our midfielders here as well, doing pretty well. Not necessarily scoring, but they are helping out a bit. And then the rest of these guys are a lot of our youth academy guys that we just brought up, who we are obviously transferred out. And of course they'll be back here soon. And a lot of the guys I've noticed here with the guys that we had going to transfer window from the previous transfer window, and they're gone right now, they are significantly getting better. They're jumping up, I think, as high as 5 points. So they're definitely going out there playing some good football there with the clubs that they're with, and getting that opportunity to play, and then trying to become that trying to take a fight for future spots for our squad. And that's what I like to see. I love seeing competition like that. It's so great to see. So you see the numbers here for MLS. You guys, of course, pause the video and check those out. But like I said, we're playing very well right now. There's some areas in our game that are still having issues. We still have some defensive issues. We're giving up goals too soon. I'm trying my best to not let us score, or let them score on us within the first 10 minutes, but it seems like that has been kind of thrown out the window in the last couple of episodes here. They've been scoring us here pretty quick there, so we're usually giving up the first goal, and then after that we usually come back, and then we storm back and take over, and by the time the game's over with, we gave up 1 goal, but we scored 4 or 5 goals. And so yeah, a little annoying, but it's tough. It's we're playing some tougher competition here. The West is getting stronger, and you got teams like San Jose, LAFC, LA Galaxy, Seattle, and even Kansas City they're all just giving us hell when we're on the pitch there. Portland as well. And of course, we'll have some of those teams here coming up here after this transfer window that's gonna, it's gonna really test our mettle, especially if we lose some key players. It could cause a lot of problems for us. But to for that to happen, we just got to play, or to avoid that, we just got to play better and get stronger, and really mix up the lineup with some youth, and of course, especially against teams that are not playing so well. We got a Vivo. It's like, hey, you guys got to play in this game. You guys should do well. You should be doing better than the squad that we'll be facing. So I trust you guys, and go out there and do what you guys need to do. There you see, like I said, we got some offers there. NYCFC offered to take Stover, but we said nope, not gonna happen. As you take a look there, we been offered him another one, but a deal, but we decided to go ahead and reject it, because like I said, we just don't have anybody right now that youth academy wise, we don't have nobody right now to help us out, to take over that mantle as our goalkeeper, and so right now Stover is going to be our guy until we can get somebody that is right now overall wise is on the same level as him or better. And then of course you see some players that we are loaning out as well. We got a couple of those that we're trying to loan out and try to get better as we go along here. But there you see one of our guys that we went ahead and loaned out. And then, like I said, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get some guys that are just not playing really well right now. Or obviously youth academy guys we're trying to move out, try and get them more ability to play. But at the same time, we're also looking at possibly moving some older guys that are not kind of been regressing a little bit, and then especially regressing too early or too soon. And we're letting those guys say, like, okay, we're gonna have to find a place for you. We're gonna see where we can trade you to. We can have another squad come here if you want, especially if they want to play in Europe. There's a couple guys, you get older in your career, especially some of these guys, they want to play somewhere outside the U.S. So we're trying to set that up. So we got a couple of guys here that we have in mind that we're trying to set up for that. And then, of course, you see we're also receiving some offers as well. Miranda, the Colombian there, getting a couple offers there. Some of them I had to I'm like, nope, he's not leaving for 2 years. But then I started thinking, like, actually that's not a bad idea. Have them loan off for 2 years and see what they can do. Do the whole loan to buy. Because if at the same time, if they're playing really well, and especially if we find somebody on the back end while they're gone, and we're like, hey, whoa, this guy's actually better than the guy we usually let go. I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and if they want to purchase him, we'll let him go, and we'll keep this guy too. So I'm really starting to think about doing that more often, and just do the loan to buy, and maybe do a 2-year deal, and let them go off and see what they can do there in 2 years, and see how well they play, and they haven't really progressed too much. Then okay, like we can let them go, or bring them back and have them play our squad as playing those filler roles to help us out. Not necessarily on the pitch all the time, but they get a couple of chances to get on the pitch every one. If we're happen to have a blowout or something like that. Dressler. There you see we got a couple offers for him. He's actually got some offers from some Premier League teams. One of them being Brighton. Brighton, it was going to be a free transfer. They accepted it, but then Dressler's like, nope, I want to stay here. Everton offered $15 million there, and so far, I'm thinking like, Dressler, that might be kind of nice for us to have that cash there. If they're willing to do that. So, but then I started thinking like, maybe that's not a good idea. But then again, we'll go ahead and we'll just test the waters out. We'll see if we'll say, okay, yeah, we're willing to negotiate with you guys. Now the question is, you guys got to negotiate with him. He doesn't have a release clause, but we'll see what he decides there. If he decides he wants to play European football, I don't want to get rid of him. I love him. He's one of my favorites. He helped us out a lot in the first season, but of course after that injury, he started to build his way back up to the player that he was. But if European football is looking at him, they're offering $15 million. That's kind of money you just can't get. You can't just walk away from. You gotta kind of have you're like, yeah, second thought, yeah, that might be a good idea. Especially for our part, we'll get a nice chunk of change of that on that sale. But yeah, then you see Miranda. He got what was he? Like 1.9 million for him. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna consider that. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that we're gonna go ahead and accept that deal. And so we'll see what he is gonna consider, because at the end of the day, it's about them. They see if they want to go there. And of course, like I said, we get a good portion of that money when it comes to selling players there. As you take a look here, the final hours of the transfer window, you already see some pretty good deals there. Ooh, Neves, one of my favorite players there from the Wolves, now going to interim. Wow, man, I can't believe that. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, he's a good player. I can see him playing in Italian football there. Take a look here, final hour, as we're looking at some more here, and obviously Miranda. He is going to be now with another club there. So we sold him. Negotiations with Dressler there, and of course Everton's still going on. They got about an hour left before that deal is going to be off the table. Oh, never mind, it's off the table. I guess negotiations broke down there. So Dressler is going to still stay with us, which okay, that's fine. That's like I said, I'm willing to be sellers because, like I said, I feel comfortable enough with some of the positions that we were looking at, like Cam there, selling our top Cam guy. I know that we have a decent Cams coming up, and they're ready to play, and I feel comfortable for them to be called up from the youth academy and be from the players from the youth academy called up to the senior team and playing as those playing, having those guys play on the pitch there and do well. And it's just that changing of the guard, and I think we still can be successful going into the second half of our season. But take a look here, just some of the other players that around the world being traded, or being sold and bought from other squads here. Some are loans, some are free transfers. So a lot of different guys going to different clubs for different reasons. A lot of free transfers I noticed too here in this transfer window here compared to the previous ones. But yeah, like I said, I think we were more sellers than buyers, because I just feel like we have a good crop of players that we can bring up next year that can be a huge asset for us and just turn the season, really help us turn the season into a bigger season, winning games and just doing what they were doing competition wise on the pitch there. So as we just go down the list here, I think there are, of course, obviously there's always room of improvement when you're trying to build a team, especially a championship team. Of course, defensively, I think that's our main thing here. For us, and that's where I did look at a couple of players, but they just didn't. For the most part, it just didn't work out for us. We were not, and that's why I didn't show them here, because we couldn't sign some of the players we wanted. Because right now, like I said, I think with the defensive players that we do have, we spent already too much on some of those players that we brought in. I just decided, like, okay, we're just going to stick with what we have, and then if we're really in trouble, going into the second half here, this our season and going to playoffs, then we can start start check in other squads and let's see what defensive players we can bring in to help us out there. But I think with Ryan Hardy and the guys up front, they've been playing so excellent right now. We're on fire right now. I mean, give up a goal or two, it's expected here and then. It's not like the Premier League. It is kind of expected. It's going to happen. But yeah, I think for the most part here, I feel like the team is really good right now with the spot it is. Like I said, we can always make improvements. But like I said, we're also got some good youth academy players that I'm really dying for to come up, both on as strikers and midfielders. But at the same time, we got some really good center backs, left backs that I really want to get onto the senior squad and get them a chance to play and see what they can do. So hopefully we have some huge, crazy, blue chippers that can help us out and finish this season out strong. So, but yeah, we didn't lose too many. We didn't really need to lose any big name, and I feel good with that. But like I said, next season when we go into season 3, there's a good chance here that we could be making some improvements, especially on the defensive side of things. We can really making a huge improvements to our back line there. But that's it for this episode of Rooted in Austin. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or anything like that you want to know, or you guys got anything for me you guys want me to do to change the team, let me know down below in the comment section as well. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to also subscribe and hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or any other series here on the channel. You guys can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord, and of course all the other socials down below. And don't forget to check us out over on our second channel as well. Who's got great FIFA action over there. They're on NCAA, on FIFA 22, and also on the newest game too as well, FC 24 on the ESGNet plus LP. But that's it for me, you guys. Keep each other healthy. And I hope to see you guys more action here very soon. We'll have some more Austin FC coming up here very, very soon here on the channel. We'll get right back into finishing the second half of season 2 coming up very, very quickly. As always, guys, again, keep each other healthy. See you guys next time.